Alright, you guys, welcome back to another reading for the collective. I was feeling this really enthusiastic, almost like really ready feeling of like moving into a new direction here. I feel a lot of us are coming into this balance of like equal give and take for ourselves, because like that has to start with us, right? I feel like there's this like profound understanding that of just that, like whatever we want to bring in for this new year, it's gonna have to start with us. You know what I mean? So I have my pyrite here. I have my crown chakra amethyst here to keep me connected to spirits, to my higher self, to my purpose. And I feel like a lot of us are in this space where it's like a transition period, but it's not like, I feel like there is a lot of challenges here. I feel like you know that there's going to be a lot of challenges that come with whatever you're starting, whatever you're integrating into your life.
And it's like you're ready for it now.
You may be making new schedules, making new plans for things. But I did a reading last night and I pulled out the Venus card. I feel like there is this profound sense of understanding that, like I said, whatever we want to bring in for this coming year or the future in general, we are going to have to start with ourselves and really be in an energy of loving and receiving for ourselves. So sorry about that. My dogs, they like to fight to the death. My son actually had a dream a couple nights ago, and he told me that the dogs were dragons in the dream. And I was like, ooh, well, let me show you, because he was playing with his dragon toys. And he was like, this is Bingo. Bingo would look like this in my dream. He said that this one looked like Bingo, which is he's just a black and white border collie, which is awesome. I asked him if, like, I said, wow, those are kind of scary. Were they nice or? And he was like, yeah, no, they were protecting us. They were fighting bad guys. And he said this one was Joopy, our other dog. He's just a lab pointer mix, black and white too. But I thought that was interesting because just the other night I had a dream about seeing a dog, like a dog spirit with wings, basically a dragon dog, kind of like this, but it was friendly looking. It was like, it was white and it was furry. It kind of looked like one of those, what are they called? What are those white? They're like big, huge white shepherds with really fluffy hair. Oh, Great Pyrenees. It looked like a Great Pyrenees, but with wings. Anyways, that's the dream I had. It was protecting one of my friends. And then my son told me about a dream that he had, which was totally unrelated. I didn't even tell him about the dream that I had. And he was having dreams of our dogs being dragon dogs, too. So, well, this one's not a dragon, but he's more like a werewolf. But I thought that was interesting because, yeah, it's like we're dreaming of the same kind of beings right now. And I've never seen dragon dogs in my dreams. Like, I've seen regular dragons. I've seen cats with two tails. I've seen a lot of different mythical creatures in my dreams. But seeing dog dragons is a new thing for me. So it's just cool that my son was dreaming about them as well. I think, well, like we all know, there is a shift happening. And this is bringing, I feel like the veil is thinning. And it's bringing awareness, not even awareness, but it's bringing into the light all of the other dimensional beings. You know what I mean? It's like we're being able to see into the other dimensions of time and space. I know that sounds fucking crazy and profound, but that's how it feels. Especially in the dream world, you know what I mean? Like that's what the dream world is. You go into different dimensions and you figure out your subconscious things and you go into the ethers sometimes, you know? Get projected up into the fucking mothership or whatever. That's what dreams are. They are a way for us to figure out our subconscious things, figure out all of to see what's in the dark, basically. Being able to see while you are asleep better than being able to see while you're awake, if that makes sense. What we are able to see during sleep, during our dream time, is indicative of reality, indicative of what we are going through at that time, at that specific time and space. But we're seeing it from different dimensions, different perspectives. It feels like just a light shining in the darkness being what we know as reality. Okay, the darkness being this three-dimensional world that we live in, or the 3D reality, basically. And the light being shined into this three-dimensional reality is creating all of these different facets, these different dimensions that we're able to see, we're able to understand, we're able to feel really now. And we're able to trust our intuition more with this new ability, I guess. I want to call it an ability. Yeah, that's what I'm being told to call it. So we also have Thurizaz and I forget which, did I put those on the top or the bottom? Anyways, let me get a couple more from this. We have the Bear, Strength. We have Pisces. You could be a Pisces, or you're dealing with a Pisces, or this could be one of the placements that you have in your chart. It would be beneficial to look up where Pisces falls in your chart. So I'm just going to put that out. You could be a fire sign as well, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I feel like Sagittarius is very prominent right now as far as like the energy of Sagittarius. I feel like there's really fiery, really passionate energy right now, and not in like romantic way. I mean, for some maybe, but I feel like for most it's not a romantic way. It's a passion of the inner child, a passion of your inner self, regaining some kind of enthusiasm for life, gaining a new perspective, and really letting that take you where you want to go. I do feel a lot of protective energy too, and I feel like that has a lot to do with these canine dragons that my son and I have been seeing in our dream state. I feel like these are very protective energies, very protective beings. I feel like our spirit guides, our ancestors, are bringing in spirit animals, very powerful spirit animals, to help us in this time. They may have always been there, but I feel like I said, I feel like the veil is thinning and we're being able to feel and see them now in a different light. Like ever since my son told me about that with the dogs, like I can see it now, and I can't not see them looking like similar to this or this. Like one of my dogs, he has ears that look like wings, and I'm like, yeah, that's totally him. So it's like I can't see them in the simple canine light that I used to see them in. Now it's much deeper. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and pull some tarot on that. This is the time to make plans. This is the time to create schedules. All right, this time of being indecisive and like, I feel like this was allowing people to come in and hurt you, come in and stab you in the back, come in, and this is because of insecurities. This is because of, you may have had like some kind of, you may have had a desire to just be loved, to just be seen, to just be, have friends or whatever. And so you allowed the wrong people in, and you kind of ignored the red flags and stuff. Not that that is on you. What people do to other people is not your fault. You know what I mean? Not in the least. But we might have seen red flags. We might have felt an energy of being ingenuine. There might have been red flags here. And it caused a lot of indecision. It caused a lot of feeling like we were unworthy, feeling like we were, ashamed of ourselves for seeing the red flags and not heeding them. And I feel like we're coming back into this understanding that, like I said, what people do to other people is not your fault. The only thing we could have done different is actually seen the red flag and acted on it, which would have probably gotten you away from that person quicker, but the lesson would have still been there. You know what I mean? So whatever lesson you were made to learn during this time of getting stabbed in the back over and over and over, and I feel like there's been a lot of bad luck within relationships, and it's not really bad luck. It's like people have bad intentions. We trusted the wrong people. You know what I mean? Like there's this balanced understanding of what it really was. It was a lesson. You know what I mean? It was just a fucking lesson. And I feel like we held on to some kind of emotional baggage from feeling guilty about it, feeling guilty that we allowed that in our lives. But whether it was this person or the next person, this was a lesson that needed to be learned. And I feel like we're coming into that understanding, awareness, and we're able to really bring back the love to ourselves. Like circle it back around to ourselves this time. And not put up with this shit no more. I feel like there's this really decisive energy, this really straightforward, like, I'm gonna get this shit done, and it's gonna be successful, and I'm gonna, it's already successful. Everything about what I'm doing right now is abundant, and you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us are doing a lot of affirmations, which is like really good, really powerful, especially if you do them every day. And because once you do them at least 3 times, you're gonna start believing that. And then you're going to start seeing that in your waking life. You know what I mean? It's not just going to be in your dream state that you're seeing all this like stuff happening and abundance coming and stuff. It's going to be in actual reality. I feel like a lot of this, all of this kept, it stumbled us from our purpose, or diverted us basically. But at the same time, like I said, if it wasn't this person, it would have been the next, and you would have had to learn the lesson either way. So we can be thankful that we learned the lesson, whatever that was. You know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like there is this really decisive energy right now. You could be weighing out 2 different options. I feel like right now there is some kind of relationship, maybe a friendship or a partnership or whatever, that you're kind of going over in your head, trying to weigh out whether or not you should continue with some kind of partnership or friendship or whatever. Because I feel like whatever it is, it's in question. And you don't want to question anything anymore. You don't want to have to question whether so-and-so has good intentions or not. You don't want to have to, and you shouldn't have to. You should never have to question whether a friend has good intentions, whether a partner has good intentions, whether a family member has good intentions. You should never have to question that, but society has made it so. Okay? And I feel like we're weighing out the pros and cons of actually having relationships right now, any kind of relationship with anybody, because I feel like what we're doing right now, what we're planning, you could be starting a fucking business, you know what I mean? You could be doing something that's really important this is, whatever you're doing is really important. It's your purpose, it's your goal, it's your life purpose. And I feel like we're in this stage of, like, we kind of want to get back out there and make friends or whatever, or if you've been in hermit mode, or you might have friends around that you question whether they're good or not, whether they're for you or not. And I feel like that is not beneficial, and it's not necessary right now. I feel like there are old habits that are connected to whatever relationship this is that you've already moved on from. You've already put whatever that is down, and you're moving in a different direction now. You're already manifesting a bigger outcome than just, the normal whatever this thing was. That's just like the norm. This is something that's really eclectic. Something that if it has been done, it's like it hasn't been done in your style. You know what I mean? There's something really, really genuine and really authentic about whatever thing you're moving towards, whatever goal you have, whatever purpose you have. It's something that is needed in society. Something that's bringing a lot of balance, harmony. This could have something to do with music. But look, I'm also seeing the wings here of this guy. Or girl. I don't know if that's a guy or girl. It doesn't really matter. I'm seeing the wings of that guy look like the wings of this dragon thing. Dog dragon. There is a strong, like I said, there's a strong presence of protective energy right now. This could be your pets. But I'm also feeling that there is, I feel Archangel Michael and Raphael specifically. Megatron? Archangel Metatron? I said Megatron. Archangel Metatron. I feel this really beautiful presence of protective light and protective, not only protective, but like, it's like encapsulating. It's like the light is engulfing us in pure, genuine self-love, pure, genuine enthusiasm for whatever purpose we are serving, whatever higher goal that we have. This is something that is really divine. Whatever you're moving towards, it's like there's like divine energy, divine light connected to it. And you are at the very end. I'm seeing like this like goal, or it's like an orb, I guess, but it's like massive. It's like a massive orb of light, and there are all these little strings attached to it and going off in every which way, and everybody is everybody in the collective, you, all of us, me, all of us, are connected to each string. So it's like we're all serving this higher purpose, and we're all connected in that way. And the end goal is going to be divine community. It's going to be divine connectedness. It's going to be everybody comes together in divine light and understanding and genuinity and love and everything good. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. We are moving towards something, but at a very slow pace, and we're being told to be very patient with ourselves. And I feel like there is a lot of us are regaining this sense of patience with not only ourselves but with other people. Maybe I feel like this holiday season was very, very different for a lot of people, and it's because we are starting to see the manifestations take off. You know what I mean? I'm just seeing a chariot right now propelling us forward. It's like it just took off and we're being propelled forward. So we have the Knight of Pentacles the King of Pentacles in the reverse. I do still feel like there are people here that are opposing our direction. They are opposing our goals. They may, and this is why I feel like, look at these two knights. They're going towards this King of Pentacles. I feel like there's something here where the opposition, whoever this is, I feel like a really con man kind of energy here with this King of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like somebody here wanted to keep you in this energy. And it's not multiple people. It could be multiple people for some people, but I'm seeing this as one specific person for a lot of us. And this person did not want you to be in this like propelling forward energy of understanding how easy you can manifest things just by affirming them every day, just by putting your energy towards that thing without expectation, without trying to control things outside of our means. This person did not want us to be enlightened. They did not want us to wake up. And this might be the relationship that you're contemplating, whether to keep it or whether to just let it go and move on. This could be somebody who holds a lot of power. I'm seeing a father figure. I'm also seeing a brother or a sister. I'm seeing somebody who you may be connected to on a deeper level than just like being in a relationship with, or a friendship with or something. This is somebody who may have had a lot of leverage against you. They might have, and trigger warning, they might have had some kind of grooming tactics on us as children. There's something here where it's like, this person has a lot of bad karma coming. And if they're not seeing it yet, they're going to be seeing it soon. This Knight of Swords, I feel like this is somebody, I'm feeling this is like a private investigator or some kind of law enforcement. This could even be a spiritual law enforcement, you know what I mean? On the spiritual law. Because this person really, really fucked up. Here in the physical and the spiritual. I'm feeling like this is you. You're moving towards stability. You're moving towards something that's tangible. Something that's really stable and like it's your higher purpose, basically. But you're also moving towards honesty. And you may be calling this person out. You may have, I'm just seeing a courtroom, and you having to, potentially having to testify against this person. But I'm seeing you testify against this person in a very straightforward, matter of fact, like, this is what happened. I have all the dates. I have all the times. I have all of the evidence that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like facts. And I feel like there is a prosecutor here that is almost, I want to say enlightened as well. I feel like this prosecutor or this lawyer or whatever, whoever this is, this investigator or whatever, this person further calling this person out is very in tune energetically, but they also have a lot of, they're also seeing this in a very logical, strategic way as well. They're playing this, I'm seeing a chessboard now. So it's like they're playing the courtroom like a chessboard, and they understand how to, well, I mean, the truth speaks for itself. You know what I mean? So I feel like they don't really even need to like bust out the fucking chessboard here. If they didn't want to, they wouldn't have to. But I feel like they're going to, just to like put that extra like, this person is fucked up and deserves the max sentence. You know what I mean? That's how it feels here with these last three cards. Because I feel like you have bigger things to focus on. Like like I said, you're in this energy of like maybe contemplating whether or not you should continue with this, or whether or not so-and-so is has good intentions. You might have seen something that you can't really unsee now regarding this person's motives. So it's kind of, you know, but I'm seeing in the near future or whenever that this could lead to a court case. Okay. But as I said, you're very, very strongly protected right now. And yeah. Let me get an outcome card, please, for the collective. Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, dude. Right now is like, this is the least important thing on your mind right now, is making friends, having friends, because of the dangers that it comes with. Not dangers, but like, you know, falling back into old negative habits of thinking, old self-doubt, I want to say. I don't know, it's just, it's easier to get things done when it's by yourself, when you're the only one that you need to convince that you are worthy of, you know, loving, of having whatever goal this is, abundance, you know what I mean? You don't need to convince these other people, because these other people don't want that for us. They want us to be stuck down with them in whatever level they're at, you know? And I feel like that's the main thing that we're going through in our minds right now, is basically whether or not we actually need companionship right now. We will have companionship as soon, you know, like I said in the beginning, where I was seeing this like glowing orb of light. Everybody is connected to that same orb of light, and we're all moving towards it at a slow pace, of course, but it's relatively quickly, actually, if you think about it. If you think about where you were a year ago or 2 years ago, and how far you have come this year to this present day, how far you have come consciously, spiritually, even physically. How far have you come? And give yourself some credit for that. Pride yourself in that, because 2 years ago wasn't that long. A year ago wasn't that long. It flew by like that, right? But we're so much different now than we were at that time in space. Let me have one more outcome card, please. Thank you. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune with the Three of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, mind you. Now is not the time to be making friends. Now is not the time to be trying to mend old relationships with people who might have done us wrong in the past, and you want to overlook it, but you have this feeling that maybe you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Right now is the time to hunker down in our own environment, in our own energy, and really nurture ourselves, nurture our passions, nurture our goals, and manifest that. Start healthy habits, start new things, you know what I mean? New ways of living, ways of talking to yourself. Wow, we got the Hawk here. Speaking of dragon energy, the Hawk. This is air energy, so you could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or have those in your chart. But it feels like this Temperance card. This feels like Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael, or all of the archangels coming towards you or us in the collective in an earthly form. Okay. The Hawk. This is a watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. Yeah, dude. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes upon you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings, and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. Like I said, we're being told to have a lot of patience right now, because even though this decision seems, it could seem very minuscule right now. It could seem like, well, well, I don't know, I could just have a beer with this person, or we could just hang out or whatever. Or
On the other hand,
just be like, making excuses not to hang out with this person, not to be around this person.
whichever direction you take right now, no matter how small the steps you take, they are going to ripple out in a much larger scale.
I feel like the message here is to be patient with ourselves, to be patient with this process of manifesting our new reality. Right now, it doesn't seem like much. You know what I mean? It seems like, yes, we're planning things, we're setting goals. But I feel like relationship wise, I feel like there is this decision of whether or not to continue with a specific group of people or a person. The Three of Cups here is indicative of a group of people. So I feel like these could be family members, like I said in the beginning. But whatever this is, even just not hanging out with them that one day when you guys had plans or whatever, even that, as small as that is, can shape the rest of your reality with these people, the rest of your fate, the bond that you have with certain native, maybe this is like a trauma bond I'm hearing. Anyways, so though it may be small, seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. Yeah, so I feel like we've already been through this perspective shift. Like, have already seen this person's motives or intentions, or felt them, and like seen some kind of red flag. And I feel like this time you are understanding that this warning was put here, whether this was them accidentally slipping and saying something that brings to light their true intentions, or whether this is just a feeling that you've had that this person may be questionable. I feel like you have already seen what you needed to see, basically. Can you get one more here, please? The lizard. Oh, this isn't one. The lizard, hyena, and the lion. Wow, what a trio. What a trio. These are all fire signs. Really fiery, passionate energy right now. And it's very transformative energy. It's almost like you're shedding your old skin with these old relationships that are just, you see that they're not serving any purpose other than to keep you down, basically. Oppression. And you're kind of in the process of like molting. You're like molting the I know it sounds gross, but like, if that's what it feels like, an energetic molting of the past version of you. And I feel like for some, I don't know why I feel like saying this, but I feel like
Someone here may have
recently gone back to certain things.
thinking you used to really enjoy doing this.
You know what I mean? Like, for drinking, partying, or like something that you used to enjoy. You this, like, since there's been this shift in perspective, going back to those habits or whatever they were back then, even like smoking, or like if you smoked cigarettes or something, even that, like, you might have done it one time and you're like, wow, I don't even feel like a desire to continue doing this anymore.
Just for example, I recently bought like 2 bottles of wine thinking like, oh yeah, it'll just help me relax or whatever. I drank 1 glass of it and I was like, you know what, this is gross. I don't know why I'm drinking this. I'd rather just have juice. And so I literally just like poured the whole fucking bottle of wine out. But it's that kind of energy, and I feel like this is happening on a larger scale.
It feels like our body is not reacting the same. It's like our physical reality has shifted because our mental reality has shifted, if that makes sense. So the lizard here, instinctual, sensitive to the subtle dreamer. Oh, sensitive to the subtle and a dreamer. Yeah. The lizard is an expert in the realms of sensory perception. That's how it feels. That's how this feels. And I feel like that's pertaining to the what I just said about like going back to old habits and trying to like testing them out to see if your body reacts the same way, if you really like it still. And I feel like a lot of us have can see that this was not that was like a coping mechanism. There was nothing fun about it. Yeah, there's this new perspective, this new reality on sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to be manifested. And I feel like we can use that in our benefit too, in this manifesting this new life for us. We can use that to our benefit, being able to see the reality before it's reality. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from bright lights and big cities. Dude, I just got goosebumps reading that. Pull back from bright lights and big cities, dude. I'm seeing this in bright lights, big cities. People that don't serve us, situations that don't serve us. Pull back from that. And return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. Dude. The characteristics here are artistic, telepathic, spiritual. Wow, dude. Yeah, like I said, there's this really, I'm getting goosebumps doing these ones. There's this really like spiritual enlightening kind of energy here within the collective. I feel like a lot of us are coming into spiritual awareness, spiritual enlightenment. And you may have already enlightened, you know what I mean? Like there are multiple steps of enlightenment. I feel like you're in somewhere in the middle. Lizard. Hyena. Humor, wit, and sarcasm. You know what? I'm going to stop right there. When I read sarcasm, it reminded me of the inner voice. It reminded me of the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we speak about ourselves to others. Having this very sarcastic, playing down on your intelligence kind of energy. It's very important to understand that the universe does not understand sarcasm. The universe doesn't do sarcasm. If you are talking bad to about yourself to others or to yourself, the universe is going to manifest that. Like I said, the words that we speak are what manifests. That's why affirmations are so powerful. So I just want to put that out there for anybody who has that. I feel like a lot of us in society in general, society has shaped us to be sarcastic. You know what I mean? To think that sarcasm is funny. And to an extent, yeah, maybe it is. But when it's talking down about ourselves, when it's talking down about other people, this is their spells. You're basically casting spells of negativity. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. Just as a reminder to speak nice to yourself, speak nice about yourself to others. The hyena's personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser. But below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. See, I knew there was some reason why I was like being led to say all of that. You are using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing. What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, the keywords here are charming, witty, fun to be around. Yeah. But when out of balance, these keywords here are scrappy, petty, and suspicious. To bring into balance, we are being told to stay sober. Sobriety. We have the lion here as well. This is patient, regal, a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. The lion's personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. And I feel like that's the energy that we're in right now is we're walking towards this, or we're moving towards this really dedicated, really inspiring spiritual growth and personal growth. The lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Yes. I feel like there's something big that you're planning, something, and you may not be planning for it to get really big, but I feel like it's going to be a ripple effect. Like once you dip your finger into that fucking pool, it's just going to expand, okay? Hold on, I need some more coffee. Okay. Yeah, dude. And it's going to expand in a way of like this says, a lot of people are going to know who you are and respect you. But only a few people are going to actually intimately know you. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be, like, we shouldn't be trying to gain affection by a ton of people right now. Or ever, really. I mean, there's no sense in that. That's just, and I feel like we've done a lot of shadow work as a collective. We've already done a huge amount of shadow work. And that's why we're in this transition. That's why we're feeling this way about the things that we used to like, the people that we used to like, the situations that we used to enjoy being in, big crowds maybe, or like, you know, big parties and stuff like that. Now it feels so empty because you see it in a different perspective. You see it for what it is. Trauma bond, you know, coping mechanism.
Codependence.
Okay. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with A keener eye, no better. Lions are observant, and pre- uh, lions are observant, stealthy and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where your quest begins. This is the epitome of peace and strength, you guys. And I feel like on that note, a daily meditation, I feel like a lot of us are doing that already. A daily meditation is going to be very powerful. A daily practice, a daily spiritual practice. Whatever your thing is. I've been I got these books out. I've been thinking about doing or learning or brushing up on my Native American, my roots, man. I have Native American roots,
Norse roots.
I have Japanese roots, I have Celtic roots. So, and I'm also learning herbalism. So it's like, I feel like we're all collectively in this energy of going back to your roots and really learning the ways of your ancestors. We have 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 1. Yeah. So that could be significant. We're just going to throw these runes and see what the fuck we get to. Kanas. This is another fire sign, by the way. This is the sign for knowledge. I feel like this is, like I said, there is a higher, deeper understanding, deeper knowledge that we are seeking right now. And feeling very Virgo energy right now as well. So you could have Virgo somewhere in your placements, or you could be a Virgo sun in your rising. But this is all about like wisdom, guidance. I feel like there is a higher knowledge here. There is a higher being coming in to really hone you in on the important stuff. The importance of understanding your roots. Okay. Now we also have Iwaz. Oh wait, no, this is not Iwaz. This is Suolo. And this is the sun. Energy, like very electric energy, okay? There's a lot of self-confidence, self-worth being restored here. And these are just confirmations, okay? But, because I haven't used these in a while, so I feel like I should use them again. They're calling to me again. And then we have, I want to say Hagalaz? Yes, Hagalaz. Aquarius and Libra energy. This is air energy, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is all about change, transformation. Like I said, we're in this transitional period of really coming into understanding, coming into enlightenment of what the hang-ups were. You know what I mean? Of why we enjoyed the things that we used to enjoy. And understanding that they were just coping mechanisms, basically. This is a transitional period, point blank. From going from this, the hyena energy, to this lion energy, this really sustainable, really grounded, really self-confident, really respected energy. Okay, we also have Thurisaz. This is like defense. This is, and like I said here with these 3 cards on the bottom here, I feel like the people that have wronged us, the people that have wronged anybody, they're getting their karma now. Like, you might have been wondering when this person is actually gonna fucking see their karma. When are they gonna get what they fucking deserve? Because, like, nobody is, like, maybe, they've been getting away with something for a very long time, it feels like. And this is something nasty. This is something not okay. But I feel like there is a lot of defense here. Whereas you may have proof of something. There may be somebody here that has a lot of proof of something coming in to bring this person's karma to them. Bring justice, okay? This is also, resistance. And like I said in the beginning, I feel like we know that this is going to be a personal obstacle, okay? There's going to be a challenge here. But what is life without challenges, right? Without challenges, this life would be fucking boring, right? Without diversity, this life would be stale and bland. So anyways, that is what I have for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.